My man, what is good, legend? Okay, so let's go through this. So your BMR, we're talking here, is about 1900 calories, about little wavy dash. And that means that is your floor. So if you were to be at rest doing nothing all day, laying in bed, your body would burn about 1900 calories. Okay. Now, I like to call that your floor. I think I already said that, your floor. So that's like your do absolutely nothing type of day. Okay. And then your TDEE is your total daily energy expenditure. That for you is about 2,600 calories. That's on the maximum calories burned, about maybe give or take 100, 150 calories. These formulas tend to be pretty accurate. So that's what we call your ceiling. Okay. So it's max calories burned with your activity taken into account, your relative activity. Now, protein goal. That for you is going to be about 160 to 200 grams of protein. So not of chicken, which I'll get to later, not like of just chicken, not 200 grams of chicken, but the grams from chicken added up, which again, we'll touch on in a little bit. I'll try to make this as concise as possible. Okay, so the what are we trying to do here? We're trying to lose 10 kg, right? 10 kilos. And now the how is eat less than you are burning. I know we're talking about how much you're burning, but to hear to that point is I like to think about things as eat less than you are burning, not burn more than you're eating. Sure, those two technically mean the same, but I think perspective shift is where it is. We aim to eat less than we're burning, not adjust. We adjust what we're eating in relation to what we're burning, not burn more in relationship to what we're eating. I think over time that'll lead us to being hyper focused on the activity part and having to, oh, I have to burn more calories today, rather than let's just get a base, a foundation of what you're taking in. So then your activity can be whatever it wants to be, right? If we are have the intake under control, the output's going to be whatever, again, whatever you want it to be. It could be a super high day, it could be a super low day. Overall, it'll probably average out over time. Okay. And so, in order to lose that 10 kilos, right, we need to build consistency. And there's two things I like to talk about, which is consistency in your meals and consistency in your movement. It doesn't have to be bust your ass type of movement all the time. It actually never has to be bust your ass type of movement, um, based on how kind of the time frame we want to do this in. But so, the initial path of the 10 kg is going to come from that, those two aspects, right? And so, where do we start from that? And as I mentioned before, okay, I think consistency is going to come from the eating first. Okay, I think your activity's fine right now. 70% of this, 70 to 80% of this battle is going to be the intake of nutritionally focused plans, and meaning plan your breakfast right in advance. Is take on your weeks with either the same or very similar breakfasts. And I mean similar as in hit the same macros, right? Just so we're not doing breakfast, lunch, dinner every day, all day, right? We've tried a couple days of logging in a row, which is we've done it a couple times. I think just logging once every single day. And this can be done on, let's just say it's a Sunday today. It's not, but let's just say today is Sunday. You want to plan Monday through, you can plan out Saturday, Sunday as well. I usually plan 7 days. I kind of take Saturday, Sunday, with a bit more intuition. But take your breakfast, do it for 7 days, plan it all out. That's it. Just do that for 7 days. Then so from 1 to 7, breakfast done. On day 8, then we'll start planning. Really, day 7, we'll plan day 8 to 14's breakfast and lunch. Okay. Now you could take a week, you could take 2 weeks, whatever helps to make it doable, I'll say. Uh, and then, so your breakfast, lunch, there'll be the similar process with snacks along the way. But when we start hitting dinners, just when you look at dinners overall, it's really a three-phase plate, I'll say, is a lean meat. Typically, I'll stick with steak or chicken. For you, it's probably going to be around like 170 grams of steak or 230 grams of chicken. Steak tends to be a little fattier, uh, and chicken breast a little leaner. You can go chicken thighs, you can go fattier cuts of steak. It would just probably be a little bit less. Now, in terms of the other two phases of the plate, is the carbs and your greens, right? So the fats are going to come in via that protein. The greens, whether it's broccolini, asparagus, green beans, whatever greens you want to get after. I'm a Brussels sprout guy if they're made right. I put about 15, 20 grams of olive oil over the top. You can do the same with either fresh cut garlic whatever spices you want on there. And then in terms of the carbs, uh, white rice. You could do brown rice. I don't like brown rice. Never have. You got potatoes, whether it's russet potatoes or sweet potatoes. Totally up to you. I even have a day where I have pasta. So completely up to you in that matter. But those are the three phases of the plate. But overall, the big goal here is going to be prioritizing the protein. Like I said in the beginning, your protein goal is going to be around 160 grams to 200 grams. And when we talk about the grams, it means total grams of protein, not, like I said, just not 200 grams of chicken. That's not going to be very much for the whole day. That's a pretty easy. That's a one sit down meal. You hit your protein goal if that were it. So again, uh, if you eat more throughout the day, actually, I'm going to rewind a little bit. Your carbs versus fat distribution far less significant than overall caloric intake and your protein goal. Okay, so if you knock out those two, you theoretically can fill your carbs and fats with whatever you want. Okay, now how I explain it or how I talk to people about it, how I do it myself, I like to eat more often throughout the day. So I'm a higher carb guy. Carbs have less calories than fats, so I eat more carbs and less fats. If you are someone who eats less throughout the day, let's just say you only actually eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you could be a higher fat person, right? You can have those fattier cuts of steaks. You can have the chicken thighs or just fattier meats in general. More egg yolks rather than just egg whites in the morning. Not that I only eat egg whites; I do both, but the less you eat, the more fattier foods you can have. The more you eat, probably want to do more carbs, fruits, vegetables, and yeah, so it kind of balances those out. And again, the ultimate goal here is going to be to find the pattern that works for you. So this is going to be just a general video that I want you to kind of look back on. BMR is not going to change too much as you lose the 10 kilos. Neither will your total daily expenditure. Likely, it might fluctuate a couple hundred calories, maybe. But again, overall goal: find the pattern that works for you. Control the intake so the output isn't so. Um, you don't have to be so hyper focused on. Oh, I have to go move more now. I have to go move more because I ate this. I did this because I ate this. Let's control the intake so the output can be whatever it is that you, number one, enjoy, and number one, can sustain, can do all the time, and number two, enjoy. Okay. So this will be kind of like your look back on video. Whenever you need to look at it, things will be pretty much the same. If you have questions on this, let me know. I'll continue to make these and put them in the same folder for you. All right, brother, let's get after it.